Coming up on this holiday edition of Cache Rendezvous.
Is it easy, or do they just make it look like it? We shot for months to show you.
You're giving gifts this Christmas, he's giving time. Is it 100 hours? 500? Keep going.
Clubs and teams spruced up these trees, not for themselves.
Two rivals were met by two sellout crowds this weekend. I'll show you what those crowds saw.
It was 10 degrees when this guy woke up this morning. I'll show you how long he might be sticking around in weather.
Join us for our holiday edition of Cache Rendezvous. The holiday season is here, and so is the last week of the semester. I'm Alex Zellner.
And I'm Erin Cox.
And this is Izzy.
Welcome to our holiday edition of Cache Rendezvous. Bears Ears and Grand Staircase Escalante National Monuments shrunk after President Trump visited Utah. The president signed two proclamations cutting almost 2 million acres from the federal government's control, an act that President Trump says is great for Utah. Christmas bells are ringing and have been for a while at the First Presbyterian Church. I've gone to almost every practice this local bell choir trio has had for the past 2 months. Ringing bells isn't as easy as it looks.
3, 4.
It's Saturday morning in the First Presbyterian Church, and practice is
Oh man.
making their ears ring. Even though they've been practicing
Probably since the pre-existence.
Since Indiana Jones started looking for the Ark of the Covenant.
July? I don't know, we practice a lot.
coming in almost every Saturday morning,
We put a lot of work into this.
working upstairs in the sanctuary, or setting up down in the basement
Okay, let's start.
because practice makes perfect.
Part of the reason we work on it for months is when you first start, you've got to figure out, do you need to replace bells, put bells in other places, and then move them back.
It takes a while first to get the notes down, to get the rhythm down, and then feel confident that if we get lost somewhere, we'll be able to pick it back up.
Because ringing bells isn't as easy as it sounds.
It does take more technique than people think that it does.
There's different ways to make it play. You can pick it up and ring it. In the song that I'm doing, we mallet, or you can actually pluck these and play them.
Depends how hard you hit the bell sometimes, because these bigger bells are a little bit harder to ring. The mechanism, the clapper, takes a little bit longer to get there. So you've got to judge that when it's going to hit, where these smaller bells obviously are only a couple inches apart. So when you put your hand up, they're going to ring brighter and they're going to hit a little bit sooner than the others.
Not only making sure they hit the bell right, but that they hit the right bell.
I'm supposed to ring this bell, but I can't get to it. Should Linda ring it? Should Brenda ring something else? You know, should I pick up something from her?
But for them, it's not just about picking up bells.
We're all ding-a-lings at heart. We really enjoy this. It gets in your blood.
We're all there because we do enjoy the ringing.
Kathy Bullock has been ringing bells since the 80s and says this time of year can be overwhelming, but hopes her audience can sit, relax, and enjoy the true meaning of Christmas.
It just sort of touches the soul, really. I think it's good for you spiritually. I think it's a way that we worship God. It's a way that we're, trying to live out our faith. It's also just a lot of fun.
And there's plenty of fun to be had, not just for the bell ringers.
You can see people getting just sucked into the experience, just enjoying the music and feeling the music. You can see the music touching people.
Kathy says the trio will perform December 15th at the Logan Tabernacle. You can visit our Facebook page for the exact time and more information about their Christmas concert schedule.
$8 million. That's how much money is being taken out of the differential tuition from the business college at USU. This presentation in Huntsman Hall shows what differential tuition is and how it's used. Because differential tuition accounts for a large chunk of the college's budget, students were encouraged to show up and ask questions.
I feel great about this forum that we had on differential tuition just because of the number of students who attended and the number and quality of the questions that were presented.
Questions from the students were answered by professors, the dean, and the assistant dean of the college. Patel says these meetings are important and they need to continue to happen.
We need to provide more forums like this so that more of our students understand what is going on at the Huntsman School.
Because of the large turnout, another meeting was set for Tuesday afternoon so students could ask more questions about where the money is being used. Giving isn't just about giving gifts at Christmas time. One man gives all year round. Keith Mann volunteers at the information desk at Logan Regional Medical Center, where he's approaching 1,200 volunteer hours. He says he does it every week as much as he can because of the rewards that come with the job.
These older people, they think I'm part of their family, really, because I ask them how they're doing and anything I can do for you, and it makes my day. That's better than money.
If you'd like to learn more about volunteering, visit our Facebook page where we will post a link with more information.
So Alex, what would you do for a year's worth of free donuts?
You know, Aaron, I'd probably do some pretty crazy stuff.
Would you be willing to go camping outside?
In this weather, that might be a little too crazy.
Well, some students did. These people are waiting to be the first customers of the new Krispy Kreme bakery here in Logan. They waited in line and Krispy Kreme rewarded them with a year's supply of free donuts. Krispy Kreme is open at 5:30 in the morning to 10 p.m. And joining us here in the studio, we have Kango James, and you were one of the 100 in line that night, right?
I sure was. I was number 66 to be exact.
Oh my gosh. Tell me, how cold was it that night?
It was pretty cold. It got down to like 10 degrees. And it's just crazy because it's not like it's cold and then you get to go inside or anything like that. It was just like 12 hours just freezing coldness. Inside our tent actually it got pretty hard with all the ice on there. And so it was a chilly night.
Oh my gosh, was it worth it?
I would say it's definitely worth it. I kind of calculated out. I get like a dozen donuts a month for a year, and so that comes out to be like $130. So I would say it's pretty worth it.
What are you gonna do with all of these donuts?
I mean, I'll probably eat a lot of them, but I think every once in a while when I get a box, feeling generous, just go up on campus, just be like, hey guys, got some KK for you guys.
I think you'll make a lot of friends that way too.
I think so.
Well, thank you for joining us in the studio here. Coming up next, how this sandwich store is spreading something different this holiday season. These USU students are decorating trees, not for themselves.
Can you concern with me? Imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. 'Cause every kid across the nation deserves a book to read, and we can make it happen right now. No, I don't know what you've been told, but kids with books learn so much more. So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child. So let's join hands, book people unite, unearth hidden passion. Come on, we'll have a good time. Living seeds of inspiration to motivate some magic. To change the writing on the wall, writing on the wall. Book can make a difference. One book can inspire a child. One book can be the first thing that helps to change a life. People unite.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
Ah, listen now. Can you hear the bluebirds? Oh, look up now. Can you feel the sun? Whoa, whoa.
Welcome back. I would say one of my favorite holiday traditions has to be decorating the Christmas tree.
Clubs and teams came together to decorate trees representing their organizations for this season's Festival of Trees. According to the Traditions Committee, USA set up nearly 50 trees for groups and teams from all over Utah State's campus Monday evening. Decorating began at 5 p.m. and went until 8 that night. Each group was limited to $20 for every tree. After these trees are decorated, they will be shipped to their new home just in time for the holiday season.
We donate the trees through Bear River Head Start, and they all go to a family in Cache Valley that don't have a Christmas tree.
The top 3 trees will be given a cash prize, and voting will be going on all week inside the Taggart Student Center.
CAPSA is a local domestic violence shelter and counseling center that is taking to gift giving this holiday season with the help of the Even Stevens Sandwich Shop. I went to see what they were up to.
Even Stevens is more than just a sandwich shop. Year-round they give to local charities, but during the holidays they turn their efforts to giving a little cheer to people in need with the CAPSA Holiday Wish List.
CAPSA has a stocking on our wall for every person they have in their facilities. It will have an age and a gender on it. Then you will buy gifts based off the age and you bring it back to us. We will give to CAPSA.
Over at CAPSA, they say the work Even Stevens is doing can really help families this holiday season.
And it's a way to provide toys for children in shelter and also the mothers, because often they don't have the means to provide it for themselves.
If you want to take part in the CAPSA Holiday Gift List, you can come into Even Stevens, take a stocking off the wall like this one for boy age 11, go shopping and try and find a present you think they'd like. Bring it in, CAPSA will pick it up and give it to someone who really needs it this holiday season.
The reason they do it this way is because they allow people to go shopping and get exactly what they want instead of kind of being forced to take items.
Anyone can just buy a gift, donate it, drop it off, and they'll come to us, which is really rewarding.
Along with the holiday gift list, CAPSA wraps presents in the mall, something that can bring in 250 community service hours and close to $10,000.
Which is really impactful, and especially when you think that it's the busiest time of year for most everyone. To have so many community members be willing to give back is so fun to see.
So this holiday season, whether you want to give a gift or wrap a present, there are plenty of ways to help CAPSA keep its doors open to people in need.
It's an awesome program. We were the first contributor to it last year, and we hope to be the first one this year.
The 3 drop-off locations for Holiday Wish List are Even Stevens, Cox Honeyland Gifts, and Global Village Gifts. If you want to get a present wrapped by CAPSA, you have until December 24th in the Cache Valley Mall, right by Herberger's.
180 elementary school students went shopping with a special guest this weekend. This is not your ordinary bus stop. These students were dropped off at Walmart on Saturday to go shopping with the Jazz Bear, filling carts with toys. This is the first time Logan hosted the annual charity event, Bear Hugs for Kids, an opportunity to meet the Jazz Bear, but for these kids, an opportunity to have Christmas toys they wouldn't have otherwise. We saw our first big snowstorm this week, and we have Brian Petty live outside on the quad. Brian, is it cold out there?
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
This is the moment I knew his future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Come and try the strength and conditioning class. Train like an athlete.
Aggie Air is an innovative engineering program exclusive to Utah State. It provides opportunities for students to get hands-on and real-world experiences. By building model planes that photograph and scan detailed images of landscapes, Aggie Air can change the way we use the Earth's surface. Watch as Aggie Air takes flight.
Welcome to the Cache Rendezvous edition of HCV Weather. I'm Brian Petty. Sorry about the technical difficulties we're having. Something was going on with audio, but I am here. I was talking about the snow outside. Sunday morning into Monday night, we received between 3 and 5 inches of snow over the weekend, but it has been getting much, much colder, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So now we have our national radar behind us. As you can see, there is a large system working through Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama, and that is going to continue to work its way through onto the East Coast. And there's a lot of rainfall in these areas. It's too warm for snow there, but they're seeing about 2 inches of snow in the yellow areas, and the yellow is showing a pretty significant amount of rain for those areas. In our neighborhood, as you can see, there's one little system right up here in South Dakota and Nebraska. They're seeing a little bit of rain, but nothing like the system further to the south. But now let's take a look at our state radar so we can see what's going on in our neighborhood right now. And as you can see, there isn't really a lot going on. The couple little blips don't signify anything. It's sunny outside if you've been outside at all today. Lots of sun, but it is extremely cold, and that's because see how open it is? It's because there's no cloud cover to help insulate those temperatures and keep them in, and that's the reason we've been seeing these really, really cold temperatures over the last couple days during the nights and during the days. So let's go ahead and take a look at our 7-day forecast, and I can walk you through the next few days. So today, a high of 30 degrees. It's not even going to get above freezing today. It's going to get really close, but not quite. A low of 14 degrees. And as we work through, the temperatures stay pretty consistent. They slowly start to rise, though, getting to freezing tomorrow, but it's still low in the teens. Lows stay in the teens for the next few days. And as we look to our weekend, Saturday, 41 degrees. It's going to be a little bit nicer. And then as we work our way through Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, the temperatures stay in the low 40s, and those temperatures at night start to come up from the teens into the mid-20s. And now let's take a look at your extended forecast for your holiday. And Christmas Eve is going to be a lot warmer, 39 degrees for a high, and there's going to be a mix of snow and rain going that day. But then for Christmas, we're looking pretty good. More snow, a little bit cooler temperature, and that'll keep that snow coming down. But as we work through Christmas and into the next day, we're not going to have any more snow on the day after Christmas, but hopefully we will have a white Christmas. But for now, back to you.
Coming up, Bo Lamb will catch us up on what happened with sports this weekend.
That's right. When we come back, blackout and sellout in the Spectrum, all you need to know. And the football team is going bowling. I'll tell you where and how likely an Aggie victory is.
Quiet, please. Wait a sec. I'll take one. Oh yeah. All right. All good. Take care. Way to go. Nice. Bring it on. Gotcha. I'm here for you. Oh no. Please, please, please. I'm waiting. Interesting. Not buying it. Not fair. That's it. This conversation is over. Oh, brother.
Body language can tell you all sorts of things.
I'm having a stroke. I'm having a stroke.
Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. F. Face drooping. A. Arm weakness. S. Speech difficulty. T. Time. time to call 911 immediately. The sooner they get to the hospital, the sooner they'll get treatment, and that can make a remarkable difference in their recovery. Learn the body language, the sudden signs, and spot a stroke fast.
Thanks for calling the GED Pep Talk Center. Jerry Siller speaking. Your level 7 in-your-face pep talk.
I can keep pushing you. Believe me, I'm good at it. But at some point, you're going to need to start pushing yourself.
See, once you've got your GED diploma, you'll feel so good about yourself.
You tell them. You can't change your past, but you can definitely change your future.
That makes me so happy, I'm ready to bust out a dance.
Mr. Trejo, can I transfer this guy to you? My gentle technique isn't really working. You need something a little more
Persuasive.
Yes.
You listen, and you listen good.
Hey, where's my sandwich? Terry? Terry!
Take it from me, the King DMC. It's a real cool thing to get your GED.
Get that diploma!
Now hold on and we'll find you free GED classes. Capiche?
Whatever motivation you need, we've got a pep talk for you. Get your GED pep talk and find free classes at yourged.org.
I'm going to do something today I don't do often. I'm going to make you a guarantee. The Aggies will win in the Arizona Bowl and improve to 7-6. I promise. The only question, will it be the 6-6 New Mexico State Aggies or will it be the 6-6 Utah State Aggies? Welcome to Cache Rendezvous. I'm Bo Lamb. The Arizona Bowl between the Aggies and the Aggies will be December 29th in Tucson. Fun fact, the last time New Mexico State was in a bowl was 1960. Their opponent, Utah State. New Mexico State won that one way back then, 20-13. The men's basketball team faced the Brigham Young Cougars on Saturday, but some diehard fans couldn't wait till Saturday. A few started camping at the Spectrum as early as the Tuesday before. I went to find out why.
I have an unnatural enjoyment of waiting in lines. I like doing it.
It's kind of weird.
We don't like them, they don't like us.
Well, the only really cougar that I like is your mom, so.
They're our rivals. I don't know. I've been taught since I was little.
Time the Cougars bus pulled up to the stadium, the USU faithful were already in full force, ready to roll out the welcome wagon for Dave Rose's team. The game started out sloppy, but when shots finally started to fall, it was the Aggies who were shooting. Here, Julian Perry, back from injury, assists Sam Merrill for a 3-ball. But the Aggies would let the Cougars close the gap by missing free throws, sometimes badly, hitting just 22% in the first period. Late in the first half, Brigham Young started to work in the inside. Here, McKay Cannon puts D'Angelo Isby through the spin cycle, and Yoli Childs draws the and one. BYU is up by 4 at halftime. In the second half, the Aggies started to double-team Childs. It pays off here when McEwen picks his pocket, drives, head fakes, and scores. McEwen led the Aggies with 20 points. But that doesn't mean he didn't know how to dish. This time Dwayne Brown Jr., who can shoot and steal and even dunk. You know who else can dunk? Alex Dargington. He had 10 points in this one and a block. Here he plays the game like a man, backing Dalton Nixon down with a little shimmy and shake, but the Cougars would do just enough in this one. Down 54-64 with 2:12 left in the game, the Ags get a stop but throw the ball out of bounds. Right here. And it was kind of a turning point in the game. BYU hands Utah State a loss in front of a sellout crowd, and the Aggies go 10 out of 23 from the line.
We've got to solve some mental issues at the foul line. It's unexplainable to me, but anyway, very frustrating game.
We make 100 free throws every other day, and for the most part, we're missing no more than 5 or 10, most of us.
The basketball team has a game tonight against UC Irvine and will play the University of Utah on Saturday at Vivint Smart Home Arena in Salt Lake. The women's team is playing right now against BYU in Provo. Keeping with the rivalry theme, the hockey team hosted the University of Utah, a Division I team, on Friday. History was against the Aggies as the teams took the ice because the Utes boasted an 11-game winning streak against the Ags going into the match. The game remained close early and got pretty chippy. Here, Utah's Colby Birch gets clobbered near the net. Both teams struggled to gain an advantage in the first period. USC's Chris Kutzel fought hard for the biscuit. all night. They used Cody's... the stalemate ended at 14:36 in the first when USC centers the puck and Morgan McGimpsey pokes it in. And later, Chris Kurtzel outskates Utah defenders and scores. Kurtzel had a hat trick in the game, his second this season. Aggies dominate the ice 7-2. So a great win on Friday. Unfortunately, they couldn't keep the puck flying because they actually lost the day after at Utah. But they still have a really good record. They're doing well this season.
Yeah, and those games are definitely a lot of fun.
Yeah, they are.
Looked pretty intense in there, if I do say so myself.
Hockey games usually are.
Yeah.
Definitely. When we come back, these houses aren't made of brick, straw, or sticks. We'll show you what they are made of and who came to see them.
Kids, reindeer, and Santa all met together in preparation for Christmas. We'll show you why.
Sorry, I've got big ideas.
As a college student, you have big ideas to make a big difference on campus. Why not get funding for those ideas in a big way? The Blue Goes Green Grant provides funding for student sustainability projects. These projects help USU students be more environmentally responsible, live healthier, and save money. To find out more, go to usu.edu/BGG. Get funding for your Blue Goes Green idea in a big way. Blue Goes Green. Make a difference.
Don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today. Oh, you should pick that up. Oh, you're such a dork. Loser. Here, let me help you with that. Oops.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Oh, look. Your crush is looking at you. Or you.
They want to help, but don't know how.
See, no one here's gonna help you, because no one
Teach
likes
your
you.
kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Thanks for sticking around. If you've ever built a gingerbread house, you probably know a thing or two about using pretzels, graham crackers, and icing to put one together.
But around town, you can see how a couple artists have used those ingredients to make something a bit more extravagant than your average gingerbread house. These gingerbread displays are all a part of the 18th annual Parade of Gingerbread Houses. There are 10 on display in businesses across downtown Logan, with some built for fun, while others show off something closer to home, like this Stokes Nature Center and this one of the Ellen Eccles Theater. One local says seeing a gingerbread version of something here in town makes this event so unique.
I think it's cool that they have built a little piece of Logan. Logan's my home, and so it's really cool that they've done something that I can really connect with.
You can vote on any of these gingerbread homes where they are on display, and we will post their locations on our Facebook page.
'Twas the night of the Christmas party for the Utah State University School of Veterinary Medicine, where they were bringing together families and animals. This choir of children sing songs to spread cheer amidst animals like camels and even reindeer. Embracing the children was Old St. Nick, saying for Christmas which presents they'd pick. The point of the night was to check on the health of the reindeer before Santa's Night of Great Stealth, to raise awareness of the Vet School of Medicine, not to make these reindeer into great tasty venison. Dr. Botts, the veterinarian in charge, says he loves the Christmas spirit the kids show so large.
It's just fun to see that Christmas spirit, that innocence that children have, and that happiness that they display when they see these animals.
What an absolutely interesting opportunity for all those kids. That's really cool.
They do this every year, and I love watching the reindeer. It's so much fun. So
that's not something you get to see a lot, so it's nice to see them before Christmas.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for joining us on this edition of Cache Rendezvous. Catch all latest editions of Cache Rendezvous and ATV News on our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages.
Enjoy your holidays and good luck on finals, Aggies. We'll leave you with some blooper shots from this semester.
And I'm probably with some of you that are up before the sun,
We have Bo Lamb reporting live. Bo?
That's right, Brian.
And what a great way to celebrate Halloween.
And it's a good time to get the kids out and just see some crazy stuff.
So, Bo, do you like cookies?
Not really.
Well, then you're crazy. The cookie gods have given us 2 separate bakeries to battle it out.
If you come over here to the East Coast, you can see, the West Coast.